The 16th anniversary of World of Warcraft is in full swing on live servers, and the players can engage in the wonderful PvP event called Korraks Revenge to get one piece of gear, a weapon, as well as hunt for a few world bosses, Lord Kazakh and a couple of dragons. It sounds good, and it would be all very fine if it wasn't actually in essence quite meh. And in this video I'd like to share my honest opinion on the subject. Please stick around. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gyro, I'm your host here. Particularly warm welcome to you if you're one of the new supporters, subscribers, if you joined our little casual club. So please enjoy your stay, you're most welcome here. Today, once again, I do not want it to come across as me whining or whatnot. I just call things for what they are. I'm a casual player, I support Blizzard, and I'm generally trying to maintain a very positive outlook on World of Warcraft and everything that's happening. But I call things for what they are, and this is my little club. So I want to talk to you as I would talk to a friend, as I would share my thoughts with a friend, without being too negative, but being honest. This is the only disclaimer that you're gonna get. So, the Korraks Revenge, okay? Korraks Revenge is an anniversary event which they didn't bother to change anyway. It is the same as it was last year. Please correct me in the comments down below if you remember it better, and if I am mixing up some facts here. But I think they did not bother to change it at all. It's exactly the same as the 15th anniversary was. So 16th is exactly the same. Now, Korraks Revenge, we go into Alterac Valley, you queue up for Alterac Valley, where Korraks Revenge is a special event, not just Alterac Valley itself, the battleground, and you get a quest to kill Korrak. Korrak is spawning on a graveyard between the two bases, roughly equal distance from the Alliance base and Horde base, even though Horde will tell you that Alliance gets there quicker. But you kill him and you get an item level 85 loot. If you remember the good old days that are not that far behind us, it's been only a couple of weeks. In the good old days, item level 85 used to equate to item level 430 before squish, pre-squish. And that was the item level that you used to get from Mythic plus 0, baseline Mythic, or from LFR. So, look, for a naked alt, to get a weapon, guaranteed weapon, for your spec of that item level is not too bad. But in the present day and age, where we're trying to hunt for higher item levels, as my gearing guide suggests to you, at this time, before Shadowlands, you should really aim to get item level 100 on everything. Including the fact that you can get, occasionally, not all the time, but you can get weapons from emissary chests. And emissary chests now these days scale to, well, roughly item level 100, but for some odd reason, very recently, in one of those stealthy little tiny patches over the past couple of weeks, literally, Blizzard has squished, I would dare say, the top level, the scalable top level of emissary chest reward from 100, where it used to be, I even have it on video, to item level, unfortunately for some reason, 99. 99. I think they did it so that we can differentiate between the rewards that you get from emissaries versus the rewards that you will get from hunting rares in Icecrown once the pre-expansion event starts unfolding. But that is just my speculative theory and I'm sharing it with you. Do let me know what you think about it. So anyway, Korraks Revenge only gives you an item level 85. If you're a naked alt, or if you have heaps of naked alts, this is definitely an extra new good way to get that weapon for your alt. Absolutely, no questions asked. However, I still feel like it's a bit meh, especially considering that we don't have that much time left in this expansion, and they could have been a little bit more generous. I'll be honest with you, it's not entitlement, it's just being realistic here. It's an anniversary, it's a birthday of a game that we love and we've been supporting for over a decade. Like, some kids were not born back then when we started playing this game, you know what I mean? And they're giving us a meh weapon. Especially, I'm speaking on behalf of my Warlock, Gyrolock, who is very disappointed to get not a staff, but only half a weapon. Don't ask me why, but the casters are getting a wand. Maybe it's completely random. Let me know in the comments down below if you got a staff. Lucky you. I got a wand. So I kind of need also something then in the offhand to just be competitive, remotely competitive. But Blizzard didn't even think about that. They just gave me half a present. Here you go, Gyro. Knock yourself out, my man, and be happy about it. Don't dare complaining. Well, I hope you don't see it just as a negative complaint. I hope you see it with a grain of salt and laughing a little bit there, giggling in the background, because that's how I intend this video. I intend to just phrase it for what it is, but be a bit sarcastic and a bit funny with you today. But that's how it makes me feel. It's very meh. It makes you feel like, come on guys, we're almost in Shadowlands. You are about to give us level 100 gear from Ice Crown Rares and from Nathanos Blightcaller in the pre-expansion event that is like 2 weeks away. Why give me right now something of item level 85? Why? I just feel like it's a little bit of a waste, and I feel like otherwise I would have included this in my updated gearing guide as a viable option or some sort of amends to the gearing guide. I know that I've already published my gearing guide, I get it. So that's the first part of what I wanted to talk to you about today, quite honestly sharing my opinion about this Korraks Revenge event. Now to the second part of this wonderfully generous loot piñata of an event, of an anniversary event. Yes, I'm being sarcastic here, I'm just in a mood. You can also do the quest to get some time walking badges that you have nothing to spend on, quite honestly, in my opinion. And kill boss Kazak and Azuragos and Dragon of the Nightmare, one of them. For that, you would need to travel all over the world, quite literally, unless you're lucky to get into a custom-made group that already has a warlock in it, and they would just summon you, which doesn't happen very rarely, so there is a realistic chance that you won't need to leg it. But at the same time, you have to travel around the world for a chance, once again, to get item level 85 loot. I can confirm that those bosses also randomly drop once a week, not per day, I don't think so, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's once a week. They drop item level 85 loot that can warforge, however. So it's not bad in terms of if it warforges and if you were lucky enough to get an item level 95 piece of loot just before Shadowlands starts, just before you start tackling Ice Crown Rares, even though this, well, it's not even a source of loot, it's just a little bit of an attempted fun, which in my opinion, and that's kind of the punchline of this video, that's what prompted this video, is that there is nothing that you don't know about it. Maybe you just need a little bit of directions as to go and check for the custom-made groups or make one yourself. Make sure you have a big raid enough, because they are world bosses, you still need a proper raid for them. You cannot automatically queue for these bosses, unfortunately. I don't even know why Blizzard did not hook it up somehow into the automatic group finder, some sort of an automated tool. They have plenty of them, and it's not like this is the most challenging content, but maybe they just wanted to force a little bit of that what's better for you style, Blizzard style attitude, where they want to force a little bit of social interactivity, which again I understand it's an MMORPG, but it's a theme park and it has, you know, it has simplified systems, and we choose to play this game as opposed to, say, WoW Classic. I don't judge people playing WoW Classic, but they choose to go into that bare bones, more MMO classic structure where social interaction is forced, where travel around the world is forced, and all of that kind of stuff. Cool, good on them. If they want those artificial challenges in their life, in a game life, more power to them. I don't. That's why it's a game. That's why it's a game. So when I get something like this, I naturally ask myself why. Other than A, being lazy from the game design perspective, so they just left it on a bare bones system, whatever it was. They didn't want to put any extra hours, extra development or design hours to make it a little more accessible and a little more festive for me. That would make me excited, that would make me like, oh yeah, 16th anniversary of World of Warcraft, yeah man, I got something awesome. Nah, mate, you need to leg it, you need to go all over the world, literally, blasted lands, hinterlands, then what is it, Ajara, where Azuragos is, die repeatedly, and probably not get any loot. Okay, I'm not being salty because I didn't get any loot, I wasn't lucky. I know a lot of people get loot, but quite honestly, every effort, in my opinion, every time investment, including in the game, needs to be justifiable. It needs to be somewhat, you need to be able to tell why are you doing this to yourself? Because it's a game, and in my opinion, non-negotiably in a game, we owe it to ourselves to have fun. In my opinion, and again, it's a world of tastes, okay? It's a world of tastes, so I don't judge. I just express my opinion here, and I welcome yours as well. In my opinion, this is not fun. In my opinion, it's certainly, especially Korraks Revenge, is a quick way to get a weapon for a completely naked alt. That's it. That's it. It's a very quick temporary way to get a weapon, which is not even a very exciting weapon. And a weapon that we probably most likely will replace with something item level 100 from either an emissary chest or from the hunting for rares in the Ice Crown as soon as the rest of the pre-patch event for Shadowlands unfolds, which we know happens on November 11th. So this element, this thing that they just kind of just chucked out there. Go on guys, have fun. Happy anniversary. To me, it's very meh. Let me know if it's meh to you. Let me know if it's meh to you. But to me, even as an underdressed altoholic with lots of many alts, I think that this is just lazy. Honestly, this is just lazy. Yeah, and I am, if you know me, if you've been supporting me for quite some time, you know that I am always looking for positivity. I'm looking for a positive spin on things, for what's exciting, that kind of stuff. Right now, that's as much as we have to cover, unfortunately, in the pre-patch, so I do apologize if you think, well, Gyro, that's not a very inventive content. That's all I have to offer you, my man and my lady, other than Shadowlands. But judging by your engagement with my Shadowlands videos, you're not very interested until you get there. And that's when we'll talk. That's cool. But this is all I wanted to say to you. Korraks Revenge, is it worth doing? If you are completely naked alt, yes. If you are somewhat geared alt, no. If you are time poor and you'd rather do something else, no, again. Absolutely not. Watch my gearing guide instead and do something better that's worth your while, much better than this. Hunting for those Lord Kazakh, Azurigos and the Dragon of the Nightmare all over the world, hoping that item level 85 piece drops for you? Totally not worth it. Korraks Revenge, worth it. That one is not even worth, not even close worth your while. Have some respect for yourself, self-respect, I mean, yeah? And these are my thoughts, guys. So again, I apologize if it was not particularly peachy, chirpy type of video, but I'm certainly not angry. I'm certainly not feeling entitled, at least. I just feel like I'm telling you how this content makes me feel. It's just a throwaway, lazy rehash of last year's anniversary event. And we, I do believe, as supporters of World of Warcraft, as people who are just about to go into Shadowlands, we deserved something significantly better than this. Let me know in the comments down below what you feel and how you feel about this. And also most definitely subscribe for more similar videos, guides, all sorts of stuff, not just critical content. Obviously, this has just happened to be a couple of last videos. I'm looking forward to the rest of the pre-patch, pre-expansion launch event unfolding. Definitely to hunt some rares in Ice Crown, because even though that will be also rather boring, as I covered before, at least that gives you a chance of item level 100 loot. And 100 loot is much better and much more competitive for Shadowlands, hence worth your while. Thanks very much for tuning in today, and I'll be speaking with you soon, again, shortly. See you later. Bye.